Hey everyone. So now when I hear people normally talk about they'll reshoot a video over and over again, now I understand why. Because I've done that myself. Just to kind of get that out of the way. So I wanted to bring you an update. I actually shot another video which is an update, but I'm gonna throw this one up because this one will probably get up a little quicker. Sorry if I talk too quickly. I have a tendency to talk very fast. I'll try to slow it down from time to time. Um, Let me see. Update on hair. Hair and where I'm at with my hair and some of the other little different things we're going through will probably be the easiest to start at. So this is my hair after. I'm trying to remember, did I actually do a video after I got my retighten? But I haven't gotten it done too long ago. It was only a few days ago actually on the 22nd. So this is my hair after it's been retightened. Pretty fresh. Almost my hair gets pretty fuzzy pretty quickly now, but not like in a bad way. It fills in because it used to be a time where after I got my retighten, it would look like more of a fresh set of braids, and now I feel like it fills in a lot better. Um, just to talk about some of the things I'm going through with my hair. Everything is fine except really dealing with my health because my hair has been growing really nicely. I get a retighten every 4 weeks, and I need that retighten every 4 weeks by the time I can get it. I know some people are able to stretch it out for 6 weeks, but I know that I must have my retighten every 4 weeks. I don't know if anybody else gets theirs done every 6 weeks or more. I just found that if I try to go over 4 weeks, it just doesn't really work for me. I mean, it does have a nice thickness to it, but my locks, I find that they're more has more stability to them when they're actually tightened frequently between that 4 week setting. Um, let me see. So I don't know if anybody else is dealing with this problem. I know I have seen a lot of ladies online who deal with polycystic syndrome, or better known as PCOS. That's what I'm dealing with right now. It's breaking my heart to a certain extent because I noticed that if I remember her channel, I'll definitely put her in the description box below. But like I understand when people say you can deal with facial hair. I can even deal with the horrible breakouts because at one time I went through this really horrible breakout because of my polycystic. And you can deal with a lot of stuff, but losing hair, that's a very hard thing because I've had my locks now since 2011. So it's been about, I believe, 4 years now. And, 4 years of growth and you see a lock break at any point, it's really devastating to you to see that breakage. I won't be like, I'm not falling on the floor about to die, but the thing is that it really hurts to see your hair break. And so I was going through this issue with seeing thinning in my locks in certain areas, and then sometimes it would come back and it would get thicker again, and I didn't know what that was. And unless your loctician is somebody who deals in the medical field, most of the time they may not really exactly know what the problem is too. Maybe you could be speculated on, but you won't exactly know what it is. And even though I've had polycystic or PCS for a long time, I haven't really had like certain symptoms pop up until later on. So most, if you know, have the symptoms of dealing with your period, like missing periods and facial hair and things like that. But then at one point, I got these horrible, horrible acne breakouts. I'm doing a lot better now. Like it's not as bad as it was before, but I mean, I had like the really bumpy to the point where I didn't even really want to go out the door um, with the acne breakouts. They were so bad. And then when I finally got that under control, um, now I'm starting to see it. Like I've actually, you know what? If I could go back, sorry if I'm jumping around. Before I actually got my locks done, I had some breakage and thinning problems, but I thought it was more dealing with chemicals. Even though it had been a while since I had been on chemicals, I have doing my hair naturally. I was trying this and that. I mean, back before I started learning more about natural hair because I was all weave, all chemical, and I actually used to do hair in the hair salon and weaves and stuff like that, and that's all I wore. And then when I came from that, my hair was from the perming and the coloring and you name it. I knew I had a lot of damage from doing all that. So I understood that even though after you go into doing your hair naturally, and I didn't like really cut my hair too much. I did cut a good portion of it away, but I didn't do like a really big chop journey. I think like other people did. So the different issues that I actually had with my hair, with the thinning and the breaking, like I was really going through a really bad point actually before I got my locks done because I was like, what am I doing? Why is it thinning? Why is it breaking? And I didn't understand at the time that was the polycystic. And then after I started getting my hair done and stuff, a lot of the issues I had actually went away. And my hair thickened up nicely, and the thinning area started thickening up, and I didn't have too many problems. And then um, I'm trying to think. I really, this is something I would tell anybody. Keep a hair journal. Keep a journal so that you'll be able to pinpoint different issues that you have, especially if you have hormone problems, because that will actually help you pinpoint. I'm gonna start keeping me a journal now, even though I should have been keeping me a journal, just so that when it comes to you knowing exactly like what time, what place, maybe what you were eating, what are you dealing with stresses, whatever the problem is, you can kind of pinpoint that and say, okay, that might be a trigger. So I noticed some breakage from before. I would say maybe last year. Yeah, I may have had a little bit of breakage, and I thought, oh, maybe because I wasn't like I really have bad habits of not really putting my hair up, not really doing certain things. I thought that's where it came from. So I always make sure I put a satin bonnet on, and I try to. I even have a herbal infused oil that I use in my hair now, and I started using that, and I didn't see more breakage again. And then recently, I've actually between last month and this month have had 4 locks to break, and it hurt. Even though I try not to let it bother me, no matter how you look at it, when you have your hair break off, you're gonna I totally even like sent my blood pressure up and had a headache and a whole bunch of other stuff because I was trying not to let it bother me, but it did. And then I rationalized that just like a lot of different diseases and things that you can go through or problems you can have. Okay, it's already 7 minutes. Try not to make this too long. You can, there are steps that you can take to change things naturally, which is the way I plan to do, is to do it naturally. Um, so I don't want to sound scattered because I do have a tendency to jump around. I'm sorry about that if it sounds confusing, but whatever comes out of my head most of the time comes out of my head. Um, I have basically trying to just keep myself cheered up, talk about what I'm feeling. I'm not really depressed so much as just aggravated a bit. You know, I'm disappointed in myself how I've done different things. I think, I remember when I first found out that I had it. I remember the talking about diet and exercise, and quite frankly, I have been the type of person who, not so much that I didn't want to diet, not so much that I didn't want to exercise, but I think I held on to that I want to eat what I want to eat and do what I want to do type of personality. I was working and eating out all the time and doing a lot of different stuff that wasn't good for myself, and I wanted to lose weight. So a lot of times I did like the shortcuts, which are diet pills and other different things. Not saying those are bad, but taking those, but why you still want to go to the fast food place. So I know a big thing how I've read a lot on polycystic syndrome too is diet, exercise, which is a really big thing, and that comes from, I think, anything. Even if you were diabetic or even if you were had other different issues, diet and exercise, I've noticed with just about anything plays a big part in how your body will be able to repair itself and help itself. A lot of what we eat leads to a lot of the different things that we deal with. Not in everybody's body and everybody is different, but I noticed that I had been changing my diet and incorporating more leafy greens, incorporating green powder, exercising, and I noticed a change. But then I fell off the wagon, And once you fall off the wagon, it's harder to convince yourself to get up and go to the gym and eat the right types of foods and not fall into the same patterns. Other than that, I definitely can say I haven't seen any more breakage, but I've been very careful. I've been very gingerly with my hair. I don't. I find I do put it up, and I'm very careful of no tension. And I've wanted to put my hair in curls and stuff like that, but like one time I put my hair in curls a couple of times, and I did get a lock that broke, and I found that my hair is just very sensitive because of the thinning and some of the issues. And so what I'm kind of doing is I don't mind my hair being down in this hairstyle. Um, just being down. That basically is a hairstyle for me. I don't, I haven't really did too many different hairstyles with like doing a whole bunch of curling and other things because I like that the curls and stuff and all the volume and things like that. But I know right at the moment my hair wouldn't be able to handle that. I've never been a person to be able to handle a lot of tension in my hair either. I will come back if anybody is interested with more information on polycystic, though you can search on Google and there's a ton of information. Plus, if you're going through anything like, okay, all right, so to kind of wrap it up, if you're going through any of the issues that I'm going through, it helped a lot to be able to go on YouTube. There's a lot of videos out there with a lot of ladies of many different colors, of many different ages who are dealing with the same thing that you are. So it can help you a lot to listen to their story because you can say, okay, once I started listening to the other ladies and some of the stuff they're going through, I'm like, wow, it's like reading a book of myself. So you're not alone. There are others out there with the same issues who we all, you can get support because having support is one of the biggest things. Not everybody around you knows exactly what you're going through. So when you find others that are going through the same thing and you see some of the things that they're doing, that can help you out. Uh, the I guess I can come back to you with some of the other stuff that I'm doing and some of the things I'll be taking that I know have helped me in different ways, but I'll say it like this. Some of the stuff I was taking before, I wasn't always taking consistently. And I know they were helping me, but at the same time, consistency and patience is your best friend. And if you don't do that, that can be a problem. So I'll definitely come back with that. There were certain herbs I were taking to help me with my hormones. And there was also a green powder I used for my intake of nutrients every day. And of course, there was certain things like a schedule of going to the gym every other day. So I'll come back with some more of that. And thank you for listening. And see you guys later.